Hi everyone, Karen the Warp Spinster here. Thanks for joining me. I had a request from a viewer, Chris, about how to get scraps if you're a beginner quilter and don't have a stash of scraps yet. Fair question. It's been a long time since I haven't had a stash of scraps. But here's how I think I would go about cutting. Well, the first thing I would do is probably, if you have made any quilting friends yet, if you've connected with people, ask them if they have scraps to share with you. Some quilters save them, some don't. Those who do save them are probably willing to share some, or if they don't save them, maybe they will start saving them for you. So that's an option. If you live near me, you could come and pick some up. But the other option, Chris mentioned having fat quarters, but thought it would be easier to cut smaller, or to be working from smaller pieces, true scrap crumbs. So I'm going to work through how I think I would go about doing that. This is the crumb quilt from the previous video that I did, and you will notice that it still is not quilted, which is pretty common for me. But that's all right. If we look at some of the pieces here, I was looking at, say, the largest that I have, and it's looking like maybe something like this piece here was the largest, and that's about 4 inches maybe. So I think I would take a fat quarter and fold it in half here. I'm hoping this pale yellow is something that can easily be seen on camera in contrast with the cutting mat. And I would not go less than, say, 2.5 inches, but I would say better to go larger if you have that and want to spare that off your fat quarters. So I'm going to go 5. You could always make pieces smaller, cut them smaller, but of course you can't make them bigger. So, and if you're a beginner quilter, you may prefer to start out with some larger pieces to practice, or not. We have now this strip, and I'm going to cut off the selvage edge here, just so I'm sure I don't add that into any crumb piece. And then I'm just frankly going to start slicing. You can use a ruler if you like, or you can just do kind of random slices. If you are random slicing, please keep one hand way off to the side so that you don't cut yourself. The first thing I'd probably do is just cut a triangle, cut the corner off, because those are always handy for finishing off corners on a crumb block, because you can see that I've done that on many of the blocks here. They often end up as triangles anyway. So I'd start with that, and then I'd just start making cuts. Now and random, just make them all kinds of shapes and sizes. Don't make them too small, because once you take a seam on like 4 different sides, it's going to be a much smaller piece, which is okay. You need some small pieces, but don't make them so small that they're going to get lost as soon as you seam them. You can make some long cuts as well. I'm keeping my hand out of the way. And even some longer ones like strips. And cut some that way. Do some this way. Now I'm going to have to make another crumb quilt. All thanks to you, Chris. Thanks. No, I like scraps, actually. Do some odd-shaped pieces. And I've got myself back in a... And I think I'm going to give myself a larger piece, which I can always cut smaller if I want to. And then I want a couple of longer strip-like pieces, I think. So I'll do those and then just do a random cut there. You can always, say if you want to start out with a centerpiece and this has 4 sides, if you want more sides than that for more interest, you can cut off one side and get a 5-sided shape. Then you've got a little teeny tiny piece that may finish off a corner that doesn't quite make it, which happens to me a lot. So that is 1 5-inch by, must have been the 20-inch side of the fat quarter. So I have lots of little scrap pieces to work from, and they're all random. If you feel like doing a gentle curve, then you could certainly cut a gentle curve here and just make it pretty gentle if you're a beginning quilter. Or just leave them straight. They're just fine straight as well. Then you could do that with some more colors. You could stack them and cut a bunch of them at once. Then you'll have identical pieces, of course, but once you start putting them together, it's probably not going to matter much. So it's up to you if you want to stack 2 or 3 strips together, or if you would rather do them one at a time. Probably, yeah, I don't know how many fat quarters you have, Chris, but if you are planning to dedicate, or willing to dedicate at least some of those fat quarters to crumb piecing, then I would cut up several of them and just try doing a block or two. See how you like it. See if that's the shape and size of pieces you want. So before you cut up everything, make sure that it's a size that's going to work for you. These really are a lot of fun. I know I've said that before. I probably said it 100 times in the video, but in the tutorial for how to do this. But they really are a lot of fun. And you may as well build your own scrap stash so you can create crumbs on your own. Hope that helps Chris and anyone else who had a question about that. Stay tuned, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope I'll see you back here soon. Bye.